Hello and welcome to the next stage of the European Rally Championship. We've just got the FIA media delegates just going through, so they're just coming through. The stage is only just finished from the first run round, such as the entry that we have got here. You see the FIA safety delegate, the zero car, the double zero car. They're all just filing through. So quick fire action. Hopefully everything will be as such on time. So you can just see here 000. I'll go through the results, but when we get rid of these cars, just to give us a bit of an insight. But the 000. So what happens is your FIA safety delegates go through the stage, then you get your 000, your 00, and then after that it is your 000. So these are safety cars, basically warning the marshals and any people that might be on the route that we're getting closer to the real action starting, and it's their jobs to go through the stages and just check that everything is okay. So your 000s, or the FIA media delegate, he'll be checking that the safety delegate will be checking, that everything is in position, everything is good, all the arrows are in the right place, everybody's standing in the right place, the marshals are in the right place. Then you get more and more cars come through. The 000, this is like a bit of a high speed test to a degree. Then the 00 is a little bit quicker. Once the 000 car comes through, which is, I believe, as long as it's still running, is Krzysztof Holowicz in his Subaru Impreza 22B, one of the old world rally cars. His mission is, in theory, he should never stop in the stage unless there's a massive problem. He has to just keep pushing and pushing, and he is warning everybody who's in the stage, marshals, etc., media, whatever, that the next car through is a competitive car. So normally, depending on the stage length and things like that, the first car will not start the stage until the 0 car is approximately halfway through. But I said it does depend on the length of stage. If it's only a relatively short stage, this is 15.5 Ks, this stage. But if it's a relatively short stage, they might start sooner. But it's about a 10-minute gap. So that potentially tells me, I don't know, I'm about to find out, because I've had a few messages coming in on my phone that, oh no, Scandola has started. So I just was checking. When I got a vibration, I was thinking that maybe there was going to be a delay, but not. So that is a good thing. So Umberto Scandola is in. I will just give you a little bit of an update on results. Still a few cars to come through that previous stage, but Scandola sitting in 11th place. So here is the 0 car. So not far behind him is going to be, so Krzysztof Holowicz through. Now he's on his way down the main road, the public road, all the way, well, basically towards Warsaw. There is one more stage to go today on gravel. They've got a longish stage to go on gravel, and then they have that hop down into Warsaw for the Super Special this evening at 6 o'clock. So when they get to the end of here, still 2 more stages to go. You heard Norbert Herczig talking about that as in tyre preservation and tyre selection, and Norby having a couple of new tyres in the back for that longer stage. But I'll just give you a rundown of the results as we come into it. Alexey Lukyanuk is out front from Andreas Mikkelsen. He's got 30.9 seconds in advance of Mikkelsen. Then it's Marczyk, then it's Wojciech Chuchała, Solans, Herczig, Bernardo, Efrn Llarena, Eryk Saiz and Grzegorz Kryb. They're our top 10. Now there is a bit of a battle going on. 6th place is Herczig, 2.2 seconds behind him is Johan Bernardo, 8.4 seconds behind Bernardo is Efrn Llarena. Then it is Eryk Saiz in 7.7 seconds. So there's not a huge 15, 16, 17 seconds, if my maths is quite correct, between 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. So the gap has extended from this morning, because it was about 6.5 this morning. Now it has extended out. But Bernardo, 2.2 away from Herczig. Herczig could be wanting to keep hold of that position, but Bernardo will want a strong result here as well. Remember, he did tell us yesterday, 4 years ago since he was last on gravel. So he has quite a good an uphill challenge this weekend anyway. But Herczig enjoying himself and really gelling with that Skoda. But I think the top 3, 4, top 5 positions are probably quite secure. Barring any dramas. There's going to have to be some gifts given out or some mistakes made for positions to change in the top 5. Everyone's done the hard work yesterday, but then after that 6, 7, 8, 9 is very, very close. Now Scandola, who is in the stage along with Grzegorz Kryb we'll see later on, but Scandola has only 2.1 seconds to make up to try and get back in to that top 10 overall. So the Italian driver having a good solid run. First on the road, so he will be just struggling slightly with the ever-changing grip. But remember, it's a second pass. On the second pass, there is the ruts. We heard from the previous stage, the Miko Max stage, that there is a lot of ruts in there. And a couple of cars have scooped up quite a lot of dirt, and the car just starting to overheat, so they're having to stop. So potentially that could happen in here on a second pass. Quite a few cars going through. 67, I think, started the day in the main rally, and then there's like the national rally afterwards. So they are going to have to just raise that ride height a little bit, but not too much, because in the next stage, that is a clean new stage, so they need to be as low as they can for that stage. So a little bit of a compromise on setup as such coming into this stage, because this pair of stages, I thought I could hear a car then, but maybe not. Coming into this pair of stages, because you need to have the car a little bit higher, and then you need to lower it down, as I'm sure there was a car coming towards us, but no, I thought Scandola was on his way. But we'll just move slightly further. It's still hot. It's still very hot here, 29, 30 degrees, depending on which temperature gauge and probe you read. But it is pretty hot, so let's just have a look. I'm just going to see when we see Crib, just get my start list out, because I was sure that Gregor's was, I think he was running 11th. Remember, he had that puncture in stage number 4 yesterday, which cost him some time. So yeah, you've got Scandola 2.1 seconds behind Crib, and in that situation you've got someone first on the road, someone 11th on the road. So Crib should make and be able to maintain that position for sure, because he has what we call a cleaner road. We mentioned it yesterday, we talked about it a few times, but the road starts to clean up. You can just see how much dirt has come here on this finish, out of the wheels and things like that. Now all this dirt here, this is minimal compared to how the road cleans in the stage with every passing car. So Scandola won't be at as much of a disadvantage on the second passes of stages, but he will be having a slight disadvantage, because the cars running at the end of the international rally and the cars running in the national rally are narrower. They're maybe rear wheel drive or front wheel drive, so their lines are slightly different to what we have in the Rally 2 category. So they're a little bit wider, they're four-wheel drive. So he will have a bit of cleaning still to do, but not as much as what he did have first time. So just waiting for him to come through. I was going to just check what stage time that they did this morning in this stage. That's what I was just going to have a quick look at, just to give us a bit of an idea. It started at 10 past, and I can't remember what it was first time through this stage, as I just try and get the results up. It took them 8 minutes. Well, the quickest time was Breen at 8:22.7. 8:22.7. And Scandola, what did he set this morning? It's a little bit further down the order this morning. I don't think he's been that far down the order. There he was in 8:54. So 30 odd seconds away from Craig Breen in the stage. So we just have a quick so we just wait for the Italian to come in, the second car into the stage. Everyone's standing up, so potentially we're going to get some action. Eryk Saiz and Jiska Zarkova, they are on the fringes in that battle we were talking about, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th battle. They're in 9th at the minute, so we wait for them to see if they can make any headway. It's going to be a tall order for the young Czech pair, but a 9th place finish will be quite good for him on the first rally of the season. Then it is Llarena, then it's Bernardo, then it is that really close battle, Bernardo Herczig. Time going up on the board, Scandola in sight. So an 8:31.0, 8:31.0 for our Italian pairing. Let me get a quick word with them. Maybe he's going to take his helmet off, I'm not sure. Yeah, he is, so I don't know, I think his mask might be in the door pocket, so if it is, I just need to leave the door slightly shut for him to get it out, then I can open the door a bit wider. Umberto, it's a second pass of the stages. Is it any better? Is it more committed for you?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. The feeling with the stage, with the car, it's really fast and beautiful. Thank you.
And Italiano?
Bene, dai, il feeling migliora. Siamo comunque distantissimi dai primi, però insomma sicuramente uno step in più e dai, esperienza. Grazie.
Grazie, tutto bene. So yeah, an 8:31.0 for Scandola. We need to keep an eye on that time. Obviously, remember we're talking about him in a battle, trying to get back into the top 10. Points paying positions though 1 to 15, so he's going to get some overall points at the end of it anyway, as long as he maintains this position and in the top 15. But an 8:31.0 for our first pairing through. And then Eryk Saiz, as we said, they're the next ones. Efrn Llarena into the stage. Then it'll be Bernardo and Herczig. Those two in a big battle. I think it's going to be tough for Llarena to try and catch anything back up now, if I'm really honest. He suffered a little bit and struggled a little bit in that road order this morning. Bernardo and Herczig behind him, just starting to take some time out of it. But yeah, looking at it, 8.4. Llarena does need a big push, but he did take time out of them all in the first one after the service. So you just see the front splitter hanging down on the front of the Saiz car. It's just hanging down a little bit, nothing drastic for him. So Eryk Saiz is coming to the end of the stage. Crash helmet coming off. We'll open the door, get a quick word. Eryk inside the top 10, but a little bit of a battle going on. Can you catch anybody?
I don't think so. I don't know why this stage is not for me. But anyway, I tried to do my best. So now let's see about the stage, what is up next. It's gonna be not easy because we are cleaning again. But yeah, I'm happy that I'm here.
And in Česky, please.
Děkuju, jestli se díváte, děkuju všem fanouškům Utratě, hlavně týmu, rodině a všem partnerům, kteří nás podporují. Děkuju a mějte se hezky. Ahoj.
Straight down the lens, fair play to him. An 8:29.8. 8:29.8 for the Czech pairing of Eryk Saiz and Jindřiška Zarkova. And the stage that they're referring to, the next one, 17.9 kilometers. It is the longest of the day. Second longest, no, I don't think it is the second longest of the rally. We know no, it's not the second longest of the rally. Third longest of the rally, but longest of today anyway. So Saiz and Zarkova are through just a little bit quicker than Scandola in there. So we need to see. But yeah, Llarena had a great stage time in the Mikołajki Max 2, which was the previous stage, basically just kind of over as I'm standing stage direction to our left. Starts in the super special that we've run on Friday night and Saturday night, and then they make their way through, and then we wait to see. But Llarena really just starting to find his feet. His time's just going up on the board. Can he have another big stage time? Can he take time out of Bernardo and Herczig? It's a 25.2, an 8:25.2. He might have wanted a little bit more, and I'm just meaning on the back of that is because Eryk Saiz has just told us that this stage doesn't really suit him. So let's see. Efrn, obviously a good time in the previous stage. How did this one go?
Yeah, another big push here. The stage is amazing. Too much demanding for us. For a Spanish guy, it's too difficult. But okay, we are trying to get in front of Bonato, but will be difficult.
And Español?
Bueno, un tramo muy complicado. Hemos intentado atacar a tope todo lo que podíamos, pero vamos a ver lo que pasa. Bonato está cerca, pero sí que es cierto que también tiene buen ritmo, así que será difícil.
Gracias. That's Efrn and Sarah away. I've just noticed that the crews have been given little like packages, and they basically, this is because they've got such a long road section, so they're getting 2 water bottles and 2 energy bars each, and they're giving them in a bag. And I'll just hold that up. So they're getting given, the crews have been given these by the organisers to keep them refreshed on their next long road section. 2 water bottles and 2 energy bars. So nice touch from the organisers. Well done, guys. So I just noticed it come in the door and it basically got put on the floor. Sarah needs to pick that up quickly because that floor will be red hot and it will start to kind of warm up their water. So, but yeah, this is, I saw a bulletin about this, that they would be given this because they have this long road section, and due to the COVID restrictions, obviously team personnel can't go near them or leave the service park as such. So this is why the organisers have these little like kind of mini packed lunches. It's not a big packed lunch. There's no sandwiches or anything in there. There's a little energy drink. Sorry, not there's an energy bar and a drink each. And here it comes into the car for Bernardo. What has Bernardo done? We're looking at a 25.2 for Llarena. Bernardo's taking some time. So Bernardo extending. But he did say to Llarena that he did say it'd be hard for a Spanish guy. But Bernardo upping his pace and getting himself sorted in this stage. So the gap opens out. Johan a little bit quicker there than Efrn, taking that gap a little bit bigger.
Have you took a train in your life? Yeah, you took a train, and you took a train with sometimes rails and sometimes not. It's a bit strange. I think if you go in a train like that, you will lose your earth. Because here sometimes you have a big line and you can go flat, and sometimes you can imagine only there may be one rut and there is no, and then you have the tree, but you can go close to the tree only, not in the tree.
En français, comment c'était la spéciale?
C'était très varié au niveau des rails. Beaucoup d'endroits où la spéciale creusait et d'endroits où elle creusait pas, donc c'était pas évident, mais ça s'est bien passé.
Yeah, see, I tell you what, he keeps coming up with some great ones. And what he's referring to there is basically the ruts in the road. And these ruts are quite deep, and if you commit to them and you absolutely believe that the car is going to stay into them, you can carry so much more speed. The problem is you then get into a corner and it's not so rutted, and you absolutely go flat out, and the car then pops out of the ruts and into the dirty, deep gravel that's been fired out. That is what Bernardo is referring to. He's got a great way with it. I mean, he did say the first stage, or stage 2 of the rally, so the first stage yesterday morning, he did ask me if I had a knife. And I said, why? And he goes, because I need to cut my left leg off because I'm braking too much. If I don't have it, I can't brake. It was a bit extreme. Fortunately, we turned him around from that. He found out he could drive a little bit better with less brakes. But in 8:23.9, he just takes a little bit, a small gap towards. But it's Herczig who's coming towards us. It's the big battle. This is a close battle. And Herczig has done an 8 something. I can't see the rest of it. Wait a minute. Let's have a look. Herczig had in his favour 2.2. He's lost it. He's done a 27.7. A 27.7 is a position change. Bernardo goes past Herczig. But Herczig, remember, I'm looking in the back of the car. I'm looking around the tyres as well. But let's get a quick word. Norby, just looking at your time in there. Bernardo goes past you.
Yeah, I made a little mistake in our pace note, and the first 4 or 5 kilometers we didn't find a good rhythm, and I made some mistake in the corner. So too much push the brake, and therefore we got some time from our opponent. But no problem. We have 2 stages.
And in Hungarian, please.
Hello srácok, próbáltuk fokozni a tempót, nem sikerült igazán, vétettem 1-2 hibát, valahogy a gyorság első 4-5 kilométerén valahogy nem találtam jól el az itinert, és ott hibás, és ott túl sokat lépegetek a fékre, úgyhogy ezt most ott benyaltuk, de haladunk tovább, nem adjuk föl.
Thank you very much. The gap now in the favour of Johan Bernardo. 1.6 seconds. 1.6 seconds is the gap between Bernardo and Herczig. So Herczig, he says, yes, we've still got 2 stages to go. They have the next one, 17 or so kilometres long, and then the super special around the town. But Bernardo will be pretty handy on that. It's a tarmac piece of road. But Herczig, the Hungarian Championship, is predominantly tarmac as well. All is going to be fired out in that next stage. Stage number 13. They've got a bit of time now to think about it as well on that next road section. So Bernardo, let's just give you the gaps though of the 4 that are in that battle. Bernardo has 1.6 over Herczig. Then it's 8.1 to Llarena. Then it is 12.3 to Saiz. 22 seconds split those 4 cars as Nil Solans arrives with us at the end of the stage. Currently in 5th place overall. 30 seconds away from Wojciech Chuchała. Car just looking a little bit messy on the front end, pure and simply because of the ruts. So let's just get a look. As we said earlier on, I don't think there's going to be much position change. Wow, what a stage time. 8.18.5. 8.18.5. Solans really coming on pace. Depends what Wojciech Chuchała can do. Maybe there might be a position change going on in the next couple of stages. But Neil, just having a look at that stage time. Great time. Happy?
Yeah, finally we find the correct setup and we are comfortable driving. Now I'm keeping the line and starting to push a little bit in some places. So I'm happy about the experience we take with this car. It's first time for us, so we need to understand everything to be well prepared for the next one.
And Espanol?
Bien, hemos encontrado bastante ya el setup idóneo. Ahora pues nos toca seguir trabajando por los pocos tramos que quedan hoy para pensar ya en el siguiente rally y dejarlo todo listo.
Thank you very much. So he's now found the correct setup, and I suspect that correct setup is being able to commit to these ruts and things like that. But you know, I could have asked him what it was, but he's not going to tell me because he doesn't want other people in Skodas. It's not like there is no one else driving a Skoda. There is several of them. Several of them. The person he's battling with, the next car we're going to see, Wojciech Chuchała, is in a Skoda. The couple of cars behind him are both Skodas, so he's never going to tell you what he has found and what he has made in his setup in case everyone else is listening and they see or hear what he did, and then they can put it onto their car. We'll wait for the time of Wojciech Chuchała. What a great performance he's had this weekend. And just checking, it should be him next. Then it's Miko Marczyk, followed by Andreas Mikkelsen, and then Alexey Lukyanuk. Be interesting to see what happens in here, but everyone now pretty spaced out. Here comes Wojciech Chuchała. There seems to be something on the right hand side of the car. I'm not sure what. It's just a bit of tape flapping. Nothing to worry about. That's obviously from yesterday when he clipped something, so we're not going to worry about that at all. I'm just going to check because this was the car I thought had damage on it earlier on, and there is no damage, so I completely missaw that. An 8:23, wow, 5 seconds slower. Wojciech, tell me about that stage for me, please.
After overpushing on the previous one, now I'm just trying to keep the safe rhythm and it's okay.
Po polsku możemy?
Na poprzednim odcinku, gdzie przestrzeliłem mocno hamowanie, bo trochę się popędzałem za bardzo ze moim stylem jazdy, teraz starałem się to ustabilizować.
That is Wojciech Chuchała, so planned 5-second drop as such. The gap between them 25 seconds now. As we said, one proper stage as such, 17.9 k's, and then the super special in Warsaw just under 2 kilometers. So we've got around about just under 20 kilometers still to go of these of this event, and Wojciech Chuchała sitting in 4th place. Next up, Miko Marczyk. Chris Rawls has been mentioning it. He's on the front of everything, the road books, the rally guides, the programs. He is on those pictures. So let's just see what the order is. The gap now, as I said, 25 seconds between Wojciech Chuchała and Nil Solans, and then Bernardo 25 behind that. Bernardo's got to worry about Herczig coming back at him in the next stage, because Herczig has already alluded to the fact that he has good tyres left. So let's just see. Okay, just checking what was coming in there. Nothing. Actually, now we're waiting for Marczyk. He's a minute. He's in a comfy position. He doesn't need to be taking any gambles or any risks. That is for sure. Here is the young Polish driver. This would be a strong weekend for him. Strong weekend. And he arrives. Carby raised up. They might have to do a little bit of work themselves on the next stage, lowering the car potentially on the ride height. And doing just maybe some more small changes. Looking at the time, I think it's a 22, 8 minutes, 22.2. Miko, just tell me about it. It's a nice, comfy drive now.
Yeah, that was a clean run. This road was much better for the second loop than Mikołajki Max, because in Mikołajki Max the ruts were too big and not, I would say, dangerous for the car. Now was a really nice stage, and it would be nice to push like hell here, but it's maybe not smart. It's smart to be on the Przasnysz and then in the Warsaw, which means that we not drive very, very fast.
Po polsku możemy?
Ostatni odcinek na Mazurach za nami, czysty, ładny przejazd, piękna droga, żeby się chciało pocisnąć jeszcze mocniej, natomiast chcemy być w Przasnyszu, a potem w Warszawie, dlatego uważaliśmy na samochód.
That's it, Miko Marczyk wishing that he could absolutely push like crazy in here, because it's such a nice stage. But he's got bigger prizes and pictures to look at. An 8:22.2, third quickest through so far. But yeah, he has a third place podium step for Miko Marczyk is in the offering at the moment, with a couple of stages to go. Anything can happen, and normally does, but at the moment he sits in third. He needs to gain places. He's not going to catch anything on speed. He's just admitted that, pure and simply because he's not going to take big risks. As Andreas Mikkelsen and Olaf Floen come through, and yeah, he was asked earlier on, is he happy? He said, I should have been higher in the classification. there's only one place higher to go in the classification, and that is the lead. So Mikkelsen kind of really expecting, what a stage time, unbelievable stage time, 8:065. Andreas, that is a brilliant stage time. Is it a last gasp push or something?
Well, we tried to have a little bit of fun. I mean, we tried to keep the pressure. Quite rough in there, so I tried to take care of the tires as well, as good as I could. But you know, it's never over before it's over. We had a clean stage, no issues. Could go, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 seconds faster if I have the proper one, but yeah, it was okay.
And in Norwegian, please.
Vi hadde en ok prøver å holde tempo oppe, prøve å holde presset. Det er jo langt opp, men får bare prøve å holde litt press på han russeren.
Okay, that's Mikkelsen away. You know, he is bang on right. You've got to keep the pressure on. You have to keep the pressure on. And he's just gone, what's that, 12 seconds quicker than anybody else. That's a big margin. It's a second per kilometre. He's gone quicker than anybody else. Well, just under a second a kilometre. And if Lukyanuk's maybe just thinking it's all comfortable and it's all nice, he might just have to up his game, but I've got a feeling that Lukyanuk will come in similar time. He seems to just keep producing these astonishing stage times. There's the two Alexeys. But as Andreas knows from the past, 2016, when he came here, he went into the penultimate stage in second place overall. Eryk Saiz was in front. Eryk Saiz had an issue in the penultimate stage. Mikkelsen took the lead, going out of that penultimate stage and into the final stage. So Andreas Mikkelsen has experience in the past of snatching stuff right at the end. Let's see what goes on. The time, it's a 30.9 second lead for Lukyanuk. What are we on the board? What are we on the board? We've dropped. What have we dropped there? An 8:065 to an 8:14. So we've dropped a little bit. I wouldn't get too super excited. Kind of see what Lukyanuk's look is, but the gap is now 22.6 seconds between them. 22.6 seconds is the gap between Lukyanuk in the lead and Mikkelsen in second place. So, you know, there's another 17, just under 18 Ks to go. What can happen there? We'll get a quick word with Alexey. Alexey, Andreas said that he just had one more little push. Were you expecting that?
Yeah, Andreas is looking to push 100%. We're really carefully looking for the car in the ruts. We're carrying extra spare and it also not helps. So just trying to keep it safe, maybe a bit too much, but okay, still the gap is good and no drama.
Over 22 seconds, so it's quite nice with a couple to go.
Yes, nice. Of course, new stage ahead of us, so it will be interesting.
It will be interesting to go at an 8:14.8 as Alexey Lukyanuk disappears off at the end of the stage. And I'll just quickly whiz through those classifications. But yeah, Lukyanuk is out front as he disappears off down to the next stage. Then it is Andreas Mikkelsen as it was, but he's now 22.6 seconds between him. Miko Marczyk is in third. Fourth place is Wojciech Chuchała. Fifth is Nil Solans. Sixth, Bernardo. Now he made a place up. He demoted Norbert Herczig down to seventh. 1.6 seconds between those two. Llarena in eighth. Eryk Saiz in ninth. Scandola potentially 10th or 11th, depending on what Gregor's Grib does. That's our broadcast finish for the end of this stage, because we're whizzing off now on our way to Warsaw. There is another stage to be done, which will be covered on ERC Rally Radio. I'm going to stay here on radio to get a few more quotes from the drivers, but we'll see you on Facebook Live at 1800 tonight for the final stage of the rally. But we're going to play out with Andreas Mikkelsen's onboard from yesterday.
Twist. Venstre på grønn 80. Flat 6 høyre minus 80. Høyre på grønn 180. Cut 5 høyre pluss over grønn 50 meter til 4 venstre pluss. 50 meter til 4 venstre pluss 140. Cut flat 5 venstre pluss over grønn halv inn 30. Cut flat 5 høyre 80. Cut flat kort 6 venstre 30. Cut flat 6 høyre minus over grønn 140. Venstre på lite grønt 40. Cut flat 5 høyre pluss halvlang 60. Lille cut fast 5 minus. Lille cut fast 5 minus halvlang. Til flatt 5 venstre. Flatt 5 venstre lang. Til litt venstre på grønn. 60. Flatt 6 høyre minus inn. 40. Cut flatt bort 5 venstre pluss. Cut flatt 5 høyre pluss over. Lite grønn. Halvlang 60. Cut fast 5 venstre halv. 40. Kort 6 høyre. 20. 4 venstre minus 20. 4 venstre minus 40. Line fast 4 høyre pluss halv. 120. Halvlang grønn. 160. Cut fast 5 venstre 120. Cut fast 5 venstre 120. Cut flatt 5 venstre 70. Venstre på grønn 20. Cut 5 høyre minus halv 130. Cut flatt 5 venstre over lite grønn halv 60. Cut flatt 5 høyre pluss 30. Cut flatt 5 venstre pluss halvlang 70. Fast 5 høyre minus halvlang, som åpner halvlang 80. Cut fast 5 venstre minus slå 40. Venstre på grønn 10. Cut 2 høyre pluss. Det er brosveien. 10, 2 høyre pluss, høyre brosveien. Utenland 40. Lippe 40 line, dom flatt bort 5. 60. Lipp 3 venstre, da er det asfalt. Lipp 3 venstre, da er det asfalt. 90. Bro 100. Bank smal 4 venstre minus å være det. Grus 100 overgrad. Flatt 6 høyre minus 50. Venstre overgrad 80. Bank maybe 5 høyre til grønn 20. Flatt venstre 50. Flatt bort 5 høyre pluss til flatt 6 venstre minus. Til grønn 30. Lippe flatt 5 pluss. Åpner halvlang 50. 30 line cut fast 5 høyre minus til flatt 6 venstre. Til grønn 40. Cut bort 4 høyre minus 30. Maybe 4 venstre pluss halvlang. Som åpner halvlang 40. Flatt 6 høyre 40. Lippe east fast godt 4 pluss. Åpner 40. Flatt 5 venstre pluss over grønn 30. Cut flatt høyre 60. Flatt kort 6 venstre 60. Lippe asfalt stuss maybe 5. 80, ball kort 3 pluss. 80, ball kort 3 pluss. Ja, er det 50. Grønn 50. Høyre på grønn til ball 5 venstre minus 80. Flatt 6 høyre til grønn 90. Ball flatt 5 høyre pluss åpner 120. Synlig ball 2 venstre pluss. Til flatt 6 høyre minus. Halvlang åpner brostein 60. Venstre på grønn i. Kort 5 høyre minus grus 80. Maybe 5 høyre i løft 30. Flatt venstre ut. 50 over lite grønn. Det blir cut kort 5 minus 34 høyre. Åpner 30. Husk ball smal 4 venstre. Åpner halvlang 30. Flatt 5 høyre minus 50 frist. Max kort 5 høyre minus over grønn 30. Cut 5 venstre minus. Åpner don't 60. Baller flatt 5 høyre. Litt flatt venstre 50 frist. Flatt kort 5 venstre pluss over grønn 40. Flatt kort 5 høyre pluss 80. Litt kort 5 minus over grønn slå 50. Usynlig cut 2 venstre minus høyre 50. Usynlig cut 2 venstre minus høyre 40. Flatt 5 høyre pluss åpner 120 meter. Litt cut flatt 5 pluss 50. Cut fast 5 venstre halvlang. Åpner til halvlang 140. Maybe 5 venstre pluss over lite grønn 50 meter. Slå 40 over grønn litt høyre. 40 over grønn slå litt høyre pluss. 40 over grønn. Litt flatt 5 pluss til 40 lag. Cut kvart 3 venstre pluss. 150 twist. Flatt høyre, 50 line, 4 venstre pluss halv, 50 line, 4 venstre pluss halv, 40. Maybe kort høyre, høyre, pluss åpner 50 meter. Maybe klipp 4 pluss inn, 30, brostein, cut 2 venstre, brostein, cut 2 venstre pluss inn. 20, cut kort 3 høyre, 3, åpner, 60. Venstre på grønn, 2, 100. Synlig boll, en venstre varere, grusutgang, synlig boll, en venstre øvrig grusutgang, 100. Et flatt kort til venstre minus 30, høyre på grønn, 70. Fast kort til venstre minus åpner, halvlang 40. Synlig klipp, 4 høyre minus, halv, 60. Flatt til venstre halvlang, 150. Halvlang, grønn, 70. Køtt flatt fra høyre pluss, 120. Køtt flatt 6 høyre minus halvlang, 550. Halvlang grønn, 180, etter 180. Synlig maks inngang baltåret, hva er det? Synlig maks inngang baltåret, hva er det? 30. Køtt flatt bort 5 venstre, 30. Nyper flatt bort 5 pluss over grønn, 140. Flatt høyre over grønn, 100. Flatt venstre, 60. Nyper køtt, maybe 5 pluss over grønn, åpner halvlang. 50 over grønn, flatt 6 høyre minus, 80 meter, nyper køtt, maybe 5 pluss. Åpner halvlang, 100. Flatt 6 venstre minus, til grønn, 100. Flatt 6 venstre minus, halv, slow 80, nyper mulig på Hornål, 80, nyper mulig på Hornål. 80. Line fast, 4 venstre pluss, 70 over grønn. Køtt fast, 4 høyre, åpner lang, 200 over grønn. Ball, 4 venstre pluss, 200. Køtt flatt, 5 høyre pluss, 80. Venstre på grønn til køtt fast, 5 høyre minus, halvlang. 120 lite grønn. Køtt flatt, 5 venstre og lite grønn, halv, 60. Grønn til flatt høyre, 100. Venstre på halvlang grønn, 80. Køtt flatt, 5 høyre pluss over grønn, halv, 50. Flatt 6 venstre minus, halvlang, 100. Flatt 6 venstre minus, halvlang, 60. Flatt høyre over lite grønn, 30. Nyper køtt flatt 6 minus over grønn, 200. Flatt på 6 høyre minus over lite grønn 60. Høyre på lite grønn 100. Ballerisk flatt kort 5 venstre pluss høyre. Asfalt 70, nyper 5 pluss 100 grønn. 70 meter inn, slår 20 og nå høyre. 20. Grus flatt 5 venstre minus, åpner 40. Flatt bort 5 høyre pluss over grønn 20. Flatt venstre. Flatt bort 5 høyre pluss. Flatt bort 5 venstre til høyre på grønn 80 twist. Slow grønn 50, køtt maks 2 høyre pluss høyre. 80. Line flatt 5 venstre. Line flatt 5 venstre pluss over grønn 8 lang. 80. Knipper fast 5 til litt høyre på grønn. 120 twist. Høyre på grønn 80. Maybe kort 5 venstre, 120. 5 høyre minus 70, grønn 30, flatt kort 5 venstre pluss 60, nøyde fast 5 minus åpner 50, grønn 20, køtt 4 høyre pluss halv, køtt 4 høyre pluss halv, 50 over mål, flatt 5 venstre pluss 100, der, kjørt en tida.